This is Epic Groupcast. I'm Anthony.
This is Lawrence.
It's Jordan.
And joining us today is our newest member, Jeremy. Say hello, Jeremy.
Hello, Jeremy. My name is Jeremy Gothard. It's a pleasure to be with these guys.
Yeah, hopefully he joins us for all the time. We'll be able to do that. It's been a long time since we've recorded anything. A long time.
Not me. I've been making secret recordings. Oh. Just me hanging out by myself. Just chilling in the living room. It's mostly just background sounds, me watching Bob's Burgers or something. But occasionally I'm like, oh crap, I'm still recording. Hey everyone. So, I'll release those
eventually. Got to get them edited, right?
Yeah.
Clean them up.
Mm-hmm. No, you should just live stream them.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. I'm going to live tweet them when I do release them.
Lawrence.tv.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
It's just you sitting on your couch watching TV, just talking.
Picking my nose and stuff.
All right.
I'd watch that.
Before we get into today's topic, I was wondering, Jeremy, do you have anything that you would like to say as far as favorite movies or anything along those lines? Favorite TV shows? What do you watch on a regular basis? I know you're an Arrow fan.
What are you watching this fall? How about that?
Yeah, what are you going to watch this fall? Since you're new to our listening audience.
I think the biggest shows I watch, have to watch, I go to bed too early to watch most shows because I have to work at 4 in the morning. But
right.
The must-watch next day shows are Arrow, Person of Interest, and Blacklist, probably.
How's Person of Interest Season 3?
Good, really good.
Okay. Because I kind of quit mid-season 2. Only because, I think there was 15 shows I was watching last year, so or the year before that, so I just lost it, but I really want to get caught up because I really liked Season 1 and what I saw of Season 2, so I wondered how it was going.
It went much more off of number of the week to having a bigger story.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And it was very interesting.
They were kind of starting that, I think, whenever I quit watching with Root or something.
Yeah. There was lots of callbacks. People they helped are now helping them in their whole fight. And things that were hinted at Season 1 are now paying off in a big way. It was really good.
We're cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But
that's fine.
But what else?
Blacklist.
Is that really good?
That was very good.
I wondered about that.
It's similar. It's James Spader's a former government operative who turned to being a huge mega criminal. Mm-hmm. He's on the FBI's most wanted list, top 5, and he just walks into the FBI one day and makes a deal. And he's going to turn over unknown criminals, basically, people who are so bad the FBI hasn't even heard about them yet, in exchange for working with this one agent. And it was very much bad guy of the week for a while. But there's the relationship with the officer he wants to work with and why.
Is it a Silence of the Lambs kind of thing?
No, he's free to roam about and continue his criminal activity basically with his deal he has.
That's cool.
And but he calls and he gives them the person, and then the FBI, I think it's the FBI, goes after them, and then they usually need him at some point in the investigation to close the deal. But then he's working his own angles.
You're right.
In the background.
Of course.
And it was really good.
My only problem watching a James Spader show is that his voice just lulls me to sleep. So I would fall asleep 10 minutes into every single episode. I barely made it through that season of Office that he was on.
Whereas some people have whale sounds or nature when they go to bed, and yours just James Spader reading a book to you.
Yeah.
So
just put on the first 10 minutes of Stargate.
Right.
Are you going to drink a lot of coffee before you go see Avengers Age of Ultron?
I'm going to have to.
You're not going to make it through the whole thing?
Nope.
What if it's a robot Spader voice?
Then might be okay.
Yeah, is the voice going to be Spader? Or are they going to synthesize it some? Or
there's no telling. Who knows?
Anything else new? You got anything new with you? Anything you're excited about? Or
not so much for movies or television, but I like to play video games quite a bit, and there's a game that I enjoy playing that millions of people play called League of Legends, and they have a pro gaming scene of that, and it's the highest viewed like esport games. Like millions and millions of people watch it. So I just kind of wanted to plug the fact of they are having their world championship of that in, I want to say in like October or something like that. So they're doing like playoffs, and if you play the game, I think it's interesting to watch, and if not, I think it'd be cool for people to just kind of check it out a little bit, because they had their World Series or World Championship last year in LA, and they filled up like the entire like Lakers stadium filled with people. Like millions and millions of people came to watch this, and they have tons of people to watch it online, and I think it's something interesting to check out. If anything, just to understand that like there's this other wave of electronic sports of we're kind of getting into this idea of video games now being played professionally, and I think that's kind of interesting. So it's like a completely different realm. It's just cool to understand. So
skipping from video games to board games, does anyone watch Parks and Recreation?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. I've seen, well, up until whenever the new season comes out this fall.
Okay, so are you familiar with Ben doing Cones of Dunshire?
Yeah.
Do you know they really made Cones of Dunshire,
Oh, they did?
and they debuted it at Dragon Con?
Did they?
Yeah.
That's funny. I'd have to check that out.
I thought that was really interesting that something that was made just for the show has now become popular enough that they're going to make a game.
That's fun.
They played it there. They said it's a little chaotic because they wanted to do a cross between something that was playable and something that was made by a crazy guy who was unemployed. So I think that's really
super complicated on the show, so I can't imagine how it is in real life.
Right.
So
yeah, they said they played it on a huge board so everyone could see, and
cool.
the I can't think of what he called it, but the scorekeeper that wore the captain's hat.
Yeah.
They had a lottery for who got to do that at the convention.
That's cool.
And he introduced it. He did a little video where he introduced the game as the architect or whatever his title was.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'll check that out.
Yeah. Lawrence, anything new with you?
No, not really. Looking forward to season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Gotham.
See, I don't even know if I'm looking forward to a season 2 of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's I don't know. We'll kind of get into that, I think, with the winter.
Because it's the only thing leading into Avengers. There's no more movies.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And with how it went down after Captain America came out, it was a much better show. It was totally different.
It was totally different. I don't know if it's much better.
But that was the thing, it was very, very, very different, but I would argue that it wasn't even a S.H.I.E.L.D. show after that. And, like, I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to move forward this. I don't see the point, really, in even moving forward with this show. Whenever,
Did you finish it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I hated how it ended. I just felt like everything was just kind of gently wrapped in a little bow, and we're all happy, but...
That's the Marvel thing to me, as opposed to DC. I still see a lot of people who... I think they see Avengers with rose-colored glasses. I think it's amazing, the best movie ever, but there are so many one-liners I just don't like.
Yeah.
Like, because it came out at the same time as Batman, or same summer as Batman.
Yeah.
Dark Knight Rises. I thought that was a much better movie.
It's just...
What's that, the Avengers?
No, I thought Dark Knight Rises was much better.
But they came out the same summer.
Came out the same summer.
Yeah.
And I think that's Marvel's that winking and nod.
And that's fine by me if they want to do it that way. But, like, just the fact of, I guess, spoilers for Captain America, but, like, if you're having a show about S.H.I.E.L.D. agents and you completely dissolve all of S.H.I.E.L.D., then it's just, like, people just trying to be good people in the Marvel Universe, which is fine, but I don't know.
They're gonna try to pull it back, I guess. I kind of hinted towards that, leaving it all to Agent Coulson or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I have very, very low expectations of that show when it comes back in the fall.
I really like it. I mean, up until the whole Ward thing, the whole Hydra thing, I guess. I was really enjoying it, so...
We'll see this fall. Hopefully it's really good.
Some of our listeners know, I guess all of our listeners know, depending on what shows they listen to, I like Doctor Who, so I've expanded my British television viewing to start watching Sherlock. Have you guys ever seen Sherlock?
I've only seen the first episode, but I really liked it.
It's great.
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
good show.
it's a marathon because the episodes are like
Hour
26.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I haven't watched more is because it's such a commitment. It's like watching a movie every time you want to watch an episode.
There's only 3 episodes per season.
Right, I know.
So it's just
but-
9 movies now.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's no
Still.
big deal.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
It
Especially
is.
once you
I
get to
know,
Moriarty.
and I really like it. And yeah, I will watch it. I just haven't yet.
I enjoy it. And Doctor Who came back, so I'm excited about that. Brand new Doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Capaldi. Interesting. I've only seen the first episode. Second episode comes out today, so. But it was different.
I think as Doctor Who-y as I get would be Rick and Morty. That's
I
about
love
as
Rick and Morty.
Doctor Who-y as I can get.
I'm ready for that to come back. Have you seen it, Guthrie?
I didn't watch any of it, no.
Oh, you should watch it.
Lawrence, you need to watch Doctor Who. I think it would be up your alley. I really do.
You know what's absolutely ridiculous is that I will watch anything about time travel except Doctor Who. I have no desire to watch Doctor
It's
Who.
weird.
I remember
Same
seeing
way.
it in the 80s on PBS,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I knew at that time of the day it was time to go outside and play.
Right.
It's like, the good shows are over, Doctor Who's on.
Yeah. Time to go play
Yeah.
Go
basketball.
climb a tree.
You need to watch the new ones. They're good. They really are. Starts out rough. The first season with Eccleston's kind of rough, but it gets better once they get a bigger budget. And Tennant's fantastic. So, anyway, so diving right into our topic of the day with that long intro, let's talk about Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. First thing I want to say is why the V? Why can't we get an S after the V? I mean, it makes it sound more like.
The title's already long enough. So.
Well, yeah, but it makes it sound like they're getting divorced. Or
They have to pay for every letter on a poster, and that S is just an extra
It's
couple of $1,000.
right. It's just terrible. I don't understand. I think it's ridiculous to me to title it have a versus movie.
What you don't know is that it's actually the entire movie takes place in a court, and it's
I hope. Like after the destruction of Metropolis.
Batman is suing Superman for all the destruction in Man of Steel 1.
This movie is actually just Law and Order.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be good. Except for the dun-dun, it's just Superman punching a wall for that. Doom.
And then it just fades to black. Isn't that what Law and Order does? I've never watched that show.
There was some photos that came out. I don't want to ruin too much for Lawrence, but there was photos of Ben Affleck on the streets cleaning up some rubble. And some people were saying that that's going to be for the new film, present day, something once again happens to Metropolis. But there were a few folks who thought that it might be a flashback to Man of Steel and that Bruce Wayne was really in Metropolis during the destruction. And I think that would be great to set up the court case for the Law and Order.
Exactly. That's what it is. It's a flashback leading to how they got to this
court case.
Yeah.
It would be fantastic.
Congressional hearings or something. I don't know.
Superman threw Zod into a building, and a piece fell off hit Bruce Wayne. He's suing Superman for
Yeah.
punitive damages.
Yeah. He's like, I was Batman before this, and now I can't even walk very well. So you've ruined my superhero career. You owe me.
You owe me
this much in damages.
Who is Batman?
Right. Well, now it's okay to come out now that he can't be Batman anymore.
Yeah, I think it's another rumor is that he'll be an urban legend still. That he won't have that full public
Right.
like Superman.
Except for
did.
isn't it supposed to be like retiring Batman, like old Batman?
I've
Yeah.
heard conflicting things because David Goyer said that Superman was the first outed superhero in this universe.
Right.
But then they said Batman's been around for a while.
Oh, but also there's Batman.
But,
Wonder
yeah, he'll be
Woman,
in
and
secret.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing that they're saying that Wonder Woman will have operated in secret, and Batman as well.
So is like the majority of this movie just going to be them ragging on Superman about like, we were all trying to be quiet here and just try to save the shadows, and you're all like, oh, look at me
Way to put us
in
out
my
there on Front
football
Street.
shaped, or not football shaped, but football material suit. No, thank you.
Talking to the military. And
Yeah.
So is that what it is? It's Under Armour. Is he wearing Under Armour?
It's something. It's got the little bumps on it. Like it looks like he's constantly has goosebumps.
I liked the Superman suit. Have you seen the new one? It's not changed a whole lot.
That's one thing.
Subtly.
I don't know why this bothers me so much, but I hate that whenever we're now in that spot where like we have tons of superhero sequels and spin-offs and stuff like that, and I just don't like the fact of every single one, for the most part, they all have to have a different suit just so we can sell a new toy.
Right,
or something
you got to sell the toys. That's what's important.
I don't like it.
My problem with it is he got a suit from Krypton.
Yeah.
And so how
does he
have the ability to modify it?
Martha Kent is a wonderful woman with a sewing machine.
She works for Under Armour, actually. The factory.
There's an Under Armour factory in Smallville.
Yeah, and that's where she works.
It's right next to the IHOP, Lawrence.
Right, as the Sears.
Yeah.
As far as where she works, I didn't notice it. It took me a few viewings of Man of Steel. Did you realize that she worked at Sears?
She did?
Yeah, she had a Sears lanyard around her neck. I think when Lois went to see her.
Thinking back, there's so much like product placement in that movie of Superman, but
and
they're probably worried about bombing like where Superman Returns is, and they wanted to get all their money up front.
Exactly,
yeah, that's true.
It was something
make sure and make money.
I think it was the most ever for a movie. It was like $100 million.
What's that?
Like their product placement.
Oh, really?
Income or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this or not, but the original dialogue in that scene with Lois and Superman being in the interrogation room is she said, "What's the S stand for?" And he said, "Sears." That was the original line.
Brought to you by Carl Jr.
They thought they had to redo it a bit.
Well, it's better than all the TV shows that have the Windows phones and
Right.
Oh yeah,
true.
Or the Bones. If you're watching that in the past 10 years, it's let me get in this. Oh, the Toyota's backup camera.
Oh, look, here's my brand new.
My brand new Toyota Camry has this backup feature that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my wife was watching Burn Notice, and they're constantly Skyping on Burn Notice.
Yeah.
The big logo.
So weird.
Yeah.
And if you actually use that, it's not on there.
Well,
I think the next Marvel movie, for their little wink and nod, they should just do what they did with Wayne's World and just have as many
Like, I would never sell out the corporate sponsor.
oh man.
Iron Man would never use an iPhone and just hold it up.
So we got the announcement that Jesse Eisenberg was going to be Lex Luthor. We haven't talked about this. Anyone excited to see Social Network? Or does anyone have any thoughts on this?
I don't know. Everything I keep hearing about the Superman, Batman, Justice League prequel movie thing is just, it's also weird. You've got a younger guy playing Lex Luthor, an older, we're supposed to believe that this is like an older Batman who's like experienced, and it's a youngish Superman, but he's still like in his late, like they say he's supposed to be in his late 30s, but he's still like the young one of this group.
Yeah.
And like
the rookie at least.
Yeah, the rookie. I don't know. They're just a lot of bits and pieces here and there, and nothing really seems to be connecting all that much.
This is what I'm worried about, and don't correct me on this. Just let me be wrong. Whenever I see this for the first time, I'm going to be worried about Lex Luthor being played by the guy who knocked up Juno. And I realize that they look alike. Come on.
Oh, okay.
They really do.
Michael Cera will play. What was his little sidekick's name?
Otis in the old
he'll
Superman
be
films. That would be great.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like Jesse Eisenberg, though. I like most of the movies that he's
talented.
been in, yeah. And I think that, I don't know, I'm hopeful still.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It's just, at some point it'll probably bug me. And then the other thing that will bug me is Jeremy Irons has been cast as Alfred, which I think that's fantastic. I think that was the first casting that the internet rejoiced over. Mm-hmm. But I'm probably going to be thinking about Scar every time he delivers his lines.
Mm-hmm. As far as the casting, it doesn't bother me all that much. I just still stand true to, I don't think David Goyer could write himself out of a brown paper bag at all.
Because there's been some rewrites, hasn't there?
I don't know, but like Superman it was fun to watch, but like every time he opened his mouth, I just felt like I was getting dumber. Like there's just so many pointless expositional conversations about like nothing.
See, I like Goyer. I think he can write the film. I think he has trouble with dialogue. I think.
He is awful with dialogue,
and so is writer.
Yeah, and so is Snyder. Like he's not very good with dialogue either. So
Did you watch 300? Oh, did he just direct that, or?
No.
Yeah, he just
directed.
Yeah, I mean,
he's probably got a credit for. I think he has a story credit, but he's not.
I think he wrote a little bit of maybe Sucker Punch, and that's a good example of a movie that's just like, it's a cool concept, but it just tripped over itself so much to where at the end you just don't know what exactly you were trying to do with this entire time.
I like the fact that Sucker Punch was crazy, though. I mean, it was all over the place.
But I feel like it was so complicated in its storytelling that it was just crazy to be crazy.
Right.
And I don't want that in a superhero movie. Like, that's one of the reasons why I love the Marvel movies, is because I feel like they do a fairly good job of storytelling, and it's a fun storytelling. I never watch a Marvel movie and feel like that it's a chore to watch it. And like, I remember watching Superman and feeling like the story part of it really felt like a chore of like understanding everything. Yeah, and but it was fun to watch, and like the action scenes were great. I just felt like it was just like we move from action set to action set, and we have a little bit of exposition in the middle, so we understand why we're fighting this dude in 20 minutes.
Right.
So I don't want that to be the case with the new movie, and I don't want it to be just here's introduce this character, introduce Batman, introduce Lex Luthor, and introduce Wonder Woman, introduce Aquaman, and introduce all these people, and they get lost in just superhero look at porn thing.
And the more people they announce, I think, how is this movie going to fit into?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, most superhero movies are around 2 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes, maybe.
Well, how long was Superman? The Man of Steel? It was fairly long, wasn't it?
It was around 2 hours and 20 minutes, I think.
Here's the thing. They shoved a bunch of characters in Iron Man 2. I mean, you had Black Widow and Nick Fury, and they had smaller roles. And I'm sure that these characters will have smaller roles in this Batman v Superman because, one, they're not in the title. But
Iron Man 2 wasn't very good.
True.
Fair enough. Okay, Captain America had more characters in it, more heroes. The Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but if you think about it, it only introduced really one character that wasn't already established.
Right. But here's the thing. I think that this is unnecessary because there are rumors that you'll have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then the rumors go into Cyborg. I guess he's confirmed, but whether or not he'll be Victor Stone or Cyborg is yet to be seen. Mm-hmm. And then you dip into Aquaman and Flash, and I've even heard rumor of a non-Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern being in this film. Okay, I understand that they're trying to set up for the Justice League movie, and that's fantastic, but Marvel just did a movie with 5 characters America had never heard of, and it's almost reached Man of Steel money right now. Mm-hmm. And that being the Guardians of the Galaxy, if anyone doesn't know that. Yeah. So I don't think that you need to drop all these characters in ahead of time. You just need a decent story.
Yeah.
And I think they're well enough known that you could just throw them into a movie and not give a backstory or introduction.
Well, right, because we had a Green Lantern movie. It was a movie that had Green Lantern in it. So they're aware of the name, at least. Yeah. And we're getting a Flash TV series. So I don't think that you're going to need to set these characters up a whole lot by the time 2016 gets here.
I think I've seen that they're going to leave Arrow and Flash TV shows separate. They've rumored that they might just use them or acknowledge them. But
they went back and forth on that. They keep saying they're not going to, but
they should just use them and have them be a bit part. You know,
mm-hmm. I agree.
It's set up. You don't have to do.
Yeah, they could even have an episode leading to why they're somewhere they wouldn't normally be.
Yeah, and not only that, but it'll help their TV shows. I mean, say Justice League makes $1 billion or whatever, then people are going to start watching the TV shows as well. I love Arrow, though. I mean, I just love the way it's done.
Oh, me too. I'm ready for it to come back.
I don't care either way. Like, as long as I have Arrow, I'm happy. It's probably my favorite superhero thing to watch. Comic book related.
That's what Smallville was supposed to be, I think. Yeah. It kind of got close to where Arrow is now at the end, but
right.
Yeah.
But it was never that good. It was too.
Arrow makes me like Smallville less and less.
Yeah.
Just because Arrow.
Well, I think
Arrow's doing it right.
Yeah. I agree. I think Smallville just got bogged down with it being such a long series.
Well, had they started out not doing
WB, they want it to be more teen oriented and
that's
all
true.
the romance and
Freak of the Week stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked like the first few pretty much Smallville when you was in high school. I thought was pretty good, and then like the last season was really good.
Yeah.
Everything in between was bits and pieces of it were really entertaining, but.
In my opinion, it's
crap. We didn't plan on this going over 4 years.
Yeah.
Now what are we gonna do? Let's just wing it.
Yeah, in my opinion, it was the absolute best Superman show to ever be made.
Really?
Yeah.
What
on
about,
TV.
What about like the original animated Superman show?
Oh, Superman the Animated Series?
Yeah, Superman the Animated Series.
I don't know. No, because
I really like
Smallville had Christopher Reeve. I mean, they had the actual Superman theme. I mean, Man of Steel didn't even have that. I'm still mad. But, you know, I really do. I think it was good. It dropped in a lot of characters that hadn't seen live-action versions before. I mean, that was our first live-action Green Arrow. That helped set up for Arrow, you know. I mean, I really did enjoy Smallville, but it has its faults, I guess.
As do all shows, though.
Yeah.
Anything that runs
His
10
biggest one is
seasons.
Kristen Kirk, though.
Yeah.
She could have died in season 1.
No one would have cared.
No, it would have been a better show.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence about how well I liked Erica Durance. I still can't decide.
I love her.
She's pretty. I mean, she's a pretty girl. I don't know about her acting.
Well, like season 8, she was only half the episodes, and those were the only good ones.
That's true.
Because
That's
season
very
7
true.
was the first one with Supergirl, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
And that was that terrible writer strike season.
Mm-hmm.
It was only like 17 episodes or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was shorter because of the writer strike, and it was awful. The whole season was awful.
We've seen the Batman suit for Batman v Superman. Any thoughts on that? Was there any immediate reactions?
Black and gray.
Yeah, it's the black and white photos starting out.
See, and I didn't see the Comic-Con footage, so I didn't get to see the giant
The
armor.
Yeah. Which anyone who wasn't at Comic-Con seen an extremely blurry version of the giant armor anyway.
Right.
So that's not that big a deal. I'll be honest with you, the very first picture when they released it, I was disappointed that it's black and white. But when I first seen it, I thought, that's Affleck. You know, and then the more I looked at it, I thought, it really looks like Night Owl from Watchmen.
Oh, yeah.
But then they released that second photo, the headshot. I thought that looked more like Batman than the first one.
I just like their first photo looked like it's something you'd put on Instagram with the black and white filter and
Oh, yeah.
the pose and everything. But
Sad Batman. Launched a million memes.
made me laugh. I don't know. I mean, you know, he looks good. He looks buff. That's cool. I mean, Christian Bale was a good Batman, but he really did. I don't know. He just didn't look all that intimidating, I didn't think, as Batman.
The armor helped.
Yeah, and this one looks like it's more like a
Under
rubber
Armour?
suit. Yeah.
The suit seems super elaborate, though, for being a myth or urban legend.
But he's got money. He's got the money to waste on the suit.
Yeah.
So
I want
But other than
this
that,
Batman.
I think people would recognize him. It would be more identifiable.
Right.
If he was stopping crime, someone has to have seen him.
Right.
The criminals, like, oh, he looks like just like a big bat.
Mm-hmm.
He had a symbol on it and everything, and he had ears.
Exactly. He's not keeping it on the DL
Yeah,
at all.
he's
He's
not a ninja or
advertising
something.
himself.
Yeah.
leaving business cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kept
Batarangs
saying-
everywhere.
He kept saying, "I'm Batman."
Right. Non-stop with the I'm Batman stuff.
Oh man! So what did we think of Wonder Woman? Did anybody see the Wonder Woman photos yet? Any thoughts?
That was good. For,
Okay. People have said Xena, but no. I think they got it right.
I'd be totally down with that because Xena Warrior Princess was the most wonderful campy show ever. Like, I would love to see this woman just do the Xena scream and like charge in. That'd be awesome. That'd make me laugh.
Oh. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it looked appropriate, especially considering Greek, Amazon.
Yeah.
It looks way better than the swimsuit that she wears in the comic books. So,
It's not,
Yeah.
not bright red and yellow or whatever.
well, it had like a bronze filter on it, didn't it? I mean,
Well, I guess that's probably the biggest gripe for me is like, why can't we just get a picture that's not like Photoshop to crap.
I know.
I don't need to see her standing there with like dust all in the background
And fire
like,
and lava.
run through a filter or anything like that. Like just
It'll probably be a poster.
yeah, that's true.
There was actually a third one at Comic-Con. There was a Batman poster that they haven't released yet. Some people took pictures of it, but they released the one of Superman and then the Wonder Woman. They're both in standing poses, and the Batman, it would be a full body. But I think it was through some other kind of filter too. It's probably a black and white also.
I don't know. I don't want that. I don't know.
The over stylized photos.
Yeah, like just in my opinion, like I said, I like how Marvel makes their movies as far as they're fun superhero movies, and I want that to be this way with this one. I don't want it to be this dark, edgy.
Well, you're getting
like,
dark and edgy.
I know, but just don't make that for all of the DC characters, because not all of them are like that.
Right.
Like
Flash should be fun.
Flash should be a lot of fun. Green Lantern should be, I think, fun-ish. But
Yeah, see, they took a stab at a Marvel movie, and that was their Green Lantern film, and that didn't go so well for them.
no, because the CG was so weird.
The CG was weird.
And it was just far more campy than it needed to be.
I think
thought.
they took the wrong turn with Parallax. I think had they left Parallax out and maybe focused on Hammond and his head not gotten so gigantic in that film, I think they'd have had a lot better movie.
And not been Tim Robbins' son. They look the same age.
Yeah.
And he's a white senator with a white son named Hector.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I think someone needs to sit down all these Hollywood execs and just tell them that most people, I think I speak for most people when I say I don't want a superhero movie that is like, I don't want it to be a superhero or a Superman movie, and then we've got 4 other or 5 other superheroes that are going to be in it, and then also 3 other villains. Like,
Right.
That's just so much to throw into a movie just to be like, hey, nod to that villain was in that movie. You remember that?
Right, and see, you're absolutely right about that. And like I said, there have been Marvel movies that have done it well by putting in the extra characters, and they fit, and it feels natural. But then over at Sony, Amazing Spider-Man 2, I thought it was terrible. I mean, I think the story suffered from everything that they were trying to cram in to get a Sinister Six movie.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I personally think the only reason they even brought the Green Goblin into that movie is so they could kill Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
That was the only reason. And we could have done without it, but oh well.
Yeah, I will say that I thought that her death was horrible in that film.
I thought it was actually... This is going to sound awful.
No, like,
I
it
thought
was just
kinda
brutal to
funny.
watch.
Yeah, it was... Well, I thought it was hilarious because you've got her falling down this giant clock tower and
Right.
the catcher, and he's holding her, and it's a gut-wrenching, awful moment, but like, there's no blood or anything. It just looks like she's just this perfect, pristine, like, I'm just sleeping.
Did she start to bleed?
No.
Her nose, yeah, her nose.
Her nose did, yeah.
Yeah.
But
that
I mean,
was
like,
it. Then they cut away, I think.
I don't know. The
But
girl's
just because she
neck
like
would snap
she
and head hit the
bounces,
ground.
and then that cog from the clock smacks her in the face. It was
Yeah.
just
Well, then in
awful
the
to
fall,
watch.
there's pieces of cog and stuff crisscrossing across her, and
Yeah.
the web magically goes right through.
Right,
those.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's an excellent shot.
He's really good. I think that they're getting like him being funny, right, and all that. But
Yeah.
I think
really
he was
like
better in it, and she was better than the first one. But the whole movie should have been Electro developing him.
Yeah, I agree. But I still like him way more than the Sam Raimi ones, which
Yeah.
makes me sad because I love Sam Raimi, but Tobey Maguire sucks.
True. It'd be cool to see what the third movie's going to be, or at least like the Sinister Six movie, because one thing people kept praising about the first 2 Spider-Man movies were like the relationship between Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, and like how natural it felt, and it was really fun to watch. And like, well, now she's dead, so what are you going to do now?
What are you going to do now?
I thought the first one was awkward.
The first one felt way too much like I was watching like a WB like TV show, like 2 high school kids being all shy interacting in the hallway. Like, I don't know. That's that character at that time, but I don't know. That's not fun to watch.
I enjoyed the first one. I liked it better than the second one.
I like the second better than the first one.
I like the
thought
second
the
one
relationship was better, but
Yeah,
I just meant movies as a whole, overall.
I thought he was a lot funnier in the second one too.
yeah, I thought he was
a lot
better.
more quips.
Anyway, Man of Steel. Dawn of Justice. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice League's first trailer.
When's it coming out?
Exactly. That's all it is a 2-hour trailer.
They moved it back to March, isn't it?
I moved it up to March 25th.
Yeah, they had a...
it wasn't May 6th.
Yeah, they had the chicken contest with, I think it was Captain America 3.
Yeah, but they didn't know that going in.
At the time, it was Untitled Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Then, like 2 weeks later, they said it was Captain America 3.
And then they still held their ground.
They held for like 2 days, I think.
No, they held
a couple months.
Yeah, until Guardians hit big, and then they're like, well, okay,
Well, I think it was when they announced those other movies, and I think they had so many movies they couldn't have them that close together.
Yeah, I saw some infographic of like all the Marvel movies they've announced compared to all the DC, and Marvel's announced like 15 movies, and DC's got like 6.
It's pretty close now.
Is Marvel going to go to 3 a year, and DC's going to 2 a year?
DC announced 9 total movies through 2020. I think there might have been 3 1 year or something, but...
Well, Marvel's it's got S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's getting ready to do Daredevil on Netflix, and...
Well, was it 4 shows?
Yeah, it's got a lot of
Luke
shows
Cage,
coming
Daredevil.
out.
It's before simultaneous shows.
Yeah.
It's before simultaneous seasons.
Yeah.
And then they're all going to be in one final
season.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't remember the other 2 characters, but Luke Cage and Daredevil. 2 of them.
Iron Fist, and then Alias, Jessica...
Elektra?
Drew. No, it's Jessica... Her
Drew
book...
with Spider-Woman?
No, that's not it. I think it's Jessica something.
I watched
remember.
Power Man and Iron Fist.
She's, I can't think. She's married to Luke Cage in the comic books.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's going to have her own series?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I think.
There'll only be like 10 episodes. I think
okay.
10 or 13 episodes, and then a 10 or 13 episode, all 4 combined season.
That'd be cool.
That'd be interesting.
Okay.
It starts next year sometime.
Those would be good, like... I can't wait till the next Marvel movie.
Well, they'll also all come out at one time on Netflix.
Oh, really?
It'll be like the whole season will be out at once.
Binge watching.
To close out the Man of Steel discussion here, I want to take just a little bit to talk about Ben Affleck as Batman. Because there's a rumor that we will get our first solo Batman film in 2019. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to be a little bit up there for that, but...
He's still... How old is he?
He's
42.
40. Yeah.
I think he's 42.
But I just mean the character.
Still do... Oh, okay.
Because there's rumors that he'll be as old as 50 in this Batman v Superman.
Who knows?
But any thoughts on what you would want to see in a Batman solo film?
If he's going to be old, then... I don't know. If he's going to be an older Batman, it'd be cool to see a movie where he's training, like, the Bat family. Like, there'd be a Nightwing and a Robin or a Batgirl or something like that. Yeah. That'd be cool. I want this Batman to be a lot more, like, tactical. Or, like, the more, like, detective part of Batman. Like,
it'd be good to have him
understanding
be a bit more of a detective.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you're going to put him in a movie with Superman, to me, it doesn't do Batman justice. If you got Superman over here beating the crap out of this alien or whatever the strong thing is, and then Batman's over here just punching goons, like that, I don't want them to be compared like that. I want it to be like Superman is a fairly smart guy, but he's all brawn, and Batman be like, well, I understand. I can set up the situation to where it best favors me.
Yeah, tactically.
Just I think that's more
awesome.
Entertaining.
That kind of just happened in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Like.
Yeah,
it wrapped up and it told you that he did something smart, but never showed you how he did it.
Yeah,
like he took over Wayne Enterprises at the end of the first one, and then he set up the cell phone thing in research and development somehow, and they never showed that. It just happened.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah, but I mean I guess that's the joke of like, how does Batman do that? Well, he's Batman. He just does it. So,
any villains you want to see?
No.
You want to see the Joker again?
I don't know.
I'm
excited about, like, I'm afraid that Gotham is good. It may mess up the Batman movies, because of the villains that they have on there, and then they're not going to want to put those in movies. Mm-hmm. So I don't know yet. I'm just kind of keeping an open mind toward everything, and I'm just I just want to be entertained,
Yeah.
That's true, because if the enemies they've shown on there are going to be adults when Bruce Wayne's 6-year-old or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I would like to see what the Joker would look like in this new universe. I would love it if he was Matthew Good.
You mean in the Batman movie or Superman movie or
Gotham? in the cinematic universe. They're not going to have Joker on because Joker's after Batman. They've talked about that they're not going to. They might do some hints, and they said that when you're watching the show, the first time you see somebody that you think is going to be the Joker, they guarantee it will not be the Joker. But I want to see the Joker in the cinematic universe, and I think that Matthew Good would be fantastic. That's just my opinion.
Fair enough.
But I don't want to see another Joker film. Honestly, if they do the next Batman solo film, I think the perfect thing to do for it would be Court of Owls.
That'd be cool.
Because it'll make more sense, because when DC redid the New 52, they had a 5-year gap or whatever, so Batman had only been Batman for 5 years. And he discovers that there's this secret organization, the Court of Owls, who've been running things in Gotham for years, and he didn't even believe that they were real. He thought it was a fairy tale. And I think it would be better to have a more seasoned Batman take on the Court of Owls than more than just a 5-year gap, that it's been some time that he's operated and not known of their existence. And I think that'd be interesting. And to see a Talon, which, for those of you that don't know, the Talons are their assassins, to see a Talon on film would be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Fighting Batman.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how this first one goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
if it bombs, they're probably going to tuck tail or reboot again.
Yeah. I think for like DC live action movies, I'd want to see like an original story, just because they're animated movies. I think they do not a really good job. I think they do a pretty good job of like finding a story and kind of loosely saying like, this is the story. Like, you read this comic, now we're loosely going to tell that story. You know, like like Flashpoint was really good, I thought.
Right.
And like the
Son of Batman
I thought was pretty good. Justice League War was okay. It was entertaining.
I like Justice League Doom.
Doom was really good.
Yeah, that was Justice League.
Yeah,
Batman.
I really like Flashpoint though. Also, I mean, and I haven't watched Son of Batman yet. I bought it and I bought Assault on Arkham, but I haven't watched either of those yet.
Man, the Assault on Arkham, whoever did the voice of the Joker and that, like, at times was spot on with Mark Hamill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one yet.
That's probably the guy who did it in the third Batman game.
Oh, yeah.
It was a different guy. He was really good.
Yeah.
Which it's based on those games, isn't it? I haven't watched it. I heard it was based loosely on the games.
Yeah, I think. Well, the weird thing for the Assault on Arkham is, like, it's this weird, like, it's a Batman movie, but then it's also a Suicide Squad movie, and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's still real... I really liked it. And mainly because it's got the woman who did the original voice of Harley Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
And she plays a big role in it, and...
That's good.
She's really fun to watch. It's really entertaining.
Harley Quinn has a big part in the games, and
yeah.
She's awesome.
That's what I want to see in the Batman Superman movie. I want to see Harley Quinn as the doctor in Arkham. You know, like even if it's just like a quick nod, like Batman takes a villain to Arkham, and then it's Harley Quinn or Harley Quinzel. You're like, thanks, sad Batman. We've been looking for this guy everywhere.
They slipped her into Arrow.
Yeah,
just briefly from behind or whatever.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. Yeah, she needs to be a character in the movies at some point.
She's just a fun... I think that would be... She wouldn't fit in the universe they're trying to make for Batman, but she'd be so much fun to watch.
But it would be cool to have, like, a Batman the Animated Series version of the Joker in the new movie universe, I think.
I think so.
They could do whatever they wanted. I just don't look for them to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that'll be a wrap for today. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and like and subscribe on YouTube.
Do we actually tweet? Has anyone ever tweeted from our account?
I tweet all the time.
You do?
Yeah, but it's mostly just news.
Oh, just nudes?
Yeah, just nudes.
I love nudes.
They got that whole free the nipple thing, and I've just been flashing like crazy.
Yeah. That's way to be. Way to support a cause.
Yeah. All right, we're out.
Love you.
Later.
Bye. Nipple.